the system is really quick.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's incredible.
But I mean, hey, the more important thing is getting up quickly.
Yeah, because Murphy's Law is there's always a drill while you're getting ready. We're 188.
Norfolk Southern Atlanta South. That was what, 195?
195, so 7 miles.
Yeah. That's not far.
I believe north, yeah, that's south, that's north. You want one?
So he's coming this way. You said southbound.
Oh, then he'd be coming from that way. All right, you're live. You are plugged in and working.
Jesse and I have arrived at Locust Grove. Now, we're only 3 hours behind schedule, but that's pretty good for us. This is outside of gate traffic, or sometimes 4 hours behind
Here we go.
that's what you call zipping through Locust Grove.
Woo! What a way to start the morning. We just arrived. We just got set up. We literally just got up.
Mike, I think that's the fastest I've seen you move in a while. And we got the train speed up. In this heat, the goal is not to be running around.
Yeah, I gotta get you that conversation this morning.
Take it easy. And will you believe that Mike has done more running this morning than I have? I think that should be written down in the chronicles of Railman's history. Mike ran more than Jesse.
Oh, I tell you, we were in such a hurry, I didn't have the lapel mics on. Are you kidding me? Ay, ay, ay. This is like my first day at this. Ray let me know. Oh, now I gotta do that all over again. Well, at least y'all got to hear the train. Train number 1, southbound, leader 4850 at AC 44C6M, and second back 4383 at brother and sister in the front, AC 44C6M. How funny is that? I mean, literally, we are just running. Jesse's been talking to you on the other mic, and I didn't have him on. Ay, ay, ay. Well, at least y'all got to see me. Todd, Ray, did you have train sound? Hello, everybody. Take 2. Welcome to Locust Grove, Georgia. Woo, it's another hot one today. I guess it's much better when we do this with sound. We are on our road trip today. Locust Grove, first stop. We were only going to stay up till midnight last night, but we ended up at the hotel, checking in at 4 this morning. We stayed till about 2:15 or 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time there. And you know what? I'm going to get my hat. Y'all hang on. Mrs. S catches me without my hat, I'll be in all kinds of trouble. All right, I don't have my phone with me, but Ray, Scott, Todd, everybody, I hope this is better. Whew. So, we were about 4 hours behind last night for what we thought we would do, but as we talked last night, for those of you that were with us, we are on no schedule whatsoever. And before I tell you all this, I'm going to double check with Todd and Ray, y'all make sure you're hearing me. I don't want to do this a third time. And there's Jesse. Oh, Jesse's on the phone. We'll wait a minute. Hey, everybody. All right. Like I said, we just rolled into town, and we are at a really, really nice rail fanning platform. Oh, this thing's got to be 40 wide by, oh, I don't know, 50 long, beautifully done. Picnic tables. We've got just a manicured lawn. Great seating, plenty of coverage. And yes, look, there's even a radio here. Let's see if I can get up in the ceiling. Look at that. And not just one speaker, but 1, 2, 3, 4 speakers here. How cool is that? So we don't have, we're just gonna run off of their sound. We pulled up, we got ready. Here, let me move back here just a tad so y'all don't have to deal with that pole while we're waiting between trains. Sorry there for the bumps. This is looking north. And like I said, you need to get your notebook out or write yourself a note. Visit Locust Grove. This goes right there on the luxury list of places to rail fan. You can bring the kids, they can run around. There's a fence between you and the track. There's a guardrail all the way around so they can't fall off when they're playing. You can get food and bring it across. I ate at the pizza place last time I was here. It was fantastic. They make the slice to order. And I ordered two because I thought I was hungry. I had no idea that one slice was half the size of a whole pizza. So, looking north, the track runs right along Main Street. And this road continues south out of town and goes all the way down to our next stop, which will be Julietta today. And I can't even imagine how hot that's going to be. All right. Did y'all hear that? Let's get you back out here and get ready.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 195.1, no defects. Repeat, no defects.
New Jersey 50. Where Dishman at? Cleveland, Georgia. Where is Cleveland, Georgia?
All right, the 195 is north of us. So
Oh, that's in the rock.
we're just going to go ahead and get zoomed in that way.
That's north-ish. Ooh,
There's production
this
6.
guy's from home.
There's the next crossing to the north. We are set up, ready to go.
Yeah. I want to get the 3 prime lenses though. The three. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, I don't remember if I told you or not. We are at the 188 mile post here on the Norfolk Southern Atlanta South District.
Stay hydrated, stay cool. Don't hate me, but I got a pumpkin spice. That's insane. Yeah. Yep. Somebody's got to make money. No, I had 41 hours. Yeah. Yes.
We have power. Gates. He might be a -9 in front. Miles per hour, 2-3.
1, no defects. NFMP 187.5. Track 1, no defects. Detector out.
Back to a view of the city. All right, let me move you over here just a little bit more. Hang on, y'all. There. This is standing at the north end of our incredible, beautiful, covered, shaded Railfan spot. Good to see everybody. Crosswalks to get over to the food. Ice cream. How many of you guys been here before? Here's a look from underneath. I think we'll call today Discover Locust Grove. Let's do that again. I think we will call today Discover Locust Grove. Works better with the mic on. I am really challenged this morning. Must be the 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep, probably 4 hours. Anyhow, this is looking south. Not sure how much of the other you heard. There's Jesse, Whistleboard Productions, on our tour throughout the southeast today as we make our way down to scorching Cordeo for a nighttime show. Some of our shops here. Don't know if you heard me a little bit ago. There's the ice cream store and the barbecue store. I think what we need to do while I'm thinking about it, we need to do an Instagram post. I gotta grab something out of production 6 here real quick. Our last train we got pretty lucky on, a high and wide. I'll run through the engines here in a moment that Todd's posted. Y'all can watch me do a Instagram post here. Oh, rail friends, Jesse and I are on the trip, working south, and we are in Locust Grove. So catch us live here at Trackside. Just jump over to YouTube and click the link in our bio to join us live here in Locust Grove, Georgia. Already have 2 trains. Come catch another with us. See y'all at the next crossing.
I guess we have 2 defect detectors.
But I think one's kind of close.
We figure out what milepost we're at.
188.
188.
188.1.
I'll stick my microphone back on now. So yeah, I think the other one that I heard was the other defect detector was the 87. So it's
A
very
mile.
close.
Yeah, it's around the corner. Where'd he go with the lawnmower?
No idea.
And for those of you just joining us this morning, well, I guess probably by now it's afternoon, isn't it? But then it's all relevant to what time you got up. Atlanta South District tracks to your right, here in Locust Grove, Georgia. Well, we've already got 2 in the net this morning. And our next stop today is going to be down in the exciting town where they filmed Fried Green Tomatoes. Juliet, Georgia. And then we'll make our way on down to Cordele, where on the way I found a barbecue spot the last time I traveled this. And then dinner, whoa, at the Trackside Cavern down in Cordele, about a block from the viewing platform. Ooh, can they cook. The back of that sign says stop, look, and listen. There goes the Locust Grove Public Works truck. We have our own speaker system here. It's just beautiful here. Jesse's got the whole right side of the platform for him. I have the whole left side of the platform for me. Got a workbench and everything. Don't have all the tailgate stuff up here that I normally do. But there's my workbench. And it appears that they're restoring that old store across the street. It's got, Jesse says it's got all new windows in it, and some of them have already been replaced. As we look back from where our travels took us last night to the exciting spot, Austell, Georgia. Jesse. Todd said to share this with you.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 195.1, no defects. Repeat, no defects.
Okay, now I'm thoroughly confused because when we had the first one, that went off and it came this way.
I know.
Unless we had just missed one. But even if we had just missed one, we were very close.
Milepost 195.1, no defects.
It's that way.
No defects.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we must have just missed one when we got here.
The numbers get bigger going south, and the numbers get smaller going
North.
No, that's not true. I know how to figure it out. 216s that way. 188, so they get larger going south. So that train's coming from our right.
Yeah, I just pulled up the timetable. So that 187 is Locust Grove. That's us. That's the defect detector we hear. And then they're calling the 195, which this is circa 2008, so they've added a defect detector. Oh no, it's not. It's Bunch. Is where that is. So the 195 is at the other end of the siding. There's a siding down there. And it's not this. Okay, so yeah, it is a northbound.
All right, let's get you guys back over here on the porch with a front seat view for our next train. Y'all put that seatbelt on. You're gonna be a northbound. As you stand here on the front part, out of the sun, here on the Atlanta South District line. Looks like we're done mowing. Oh, Gold Peak tea. Yard work all done.
Best ISO settings for a blown out sky.
Did he say 188?
I didn't hear.
He's at 32 miles per hour.
If you guys noticed, that locomotive had black number boards. Something a little different. Found it. You hear me talking to myself. I'm trying to do a motion blur photo with this little general store here, and I'm trying to.
Well, everybody, that was train 3, and jumping back to train number 2, we had a -9 lady. Hey, we are in Henry County, by the way, for those of you wanted to know. Train 2, our lead locomotive, a -9, 9961. Second back, 4299, AC 44C6M. And on our second train, hello, Mr. Don Davis. Good to see you, sir. Northbound's flying by at 30 plus miles per hour. School bus is going across the crossing here. Train 3, loaded with a whole bunch of containers. Our lead locomotive.
NSMP 187.5. Track 1, no defects.
All right, so the 187 is to our north.
NSMP 187.5. Track 1, no defects. Detector out.
So we have finally figured out the lay of the land. 195 south of us, 187 north of us. And on our train number 3, lead locomotive 8166 at ES44AH, coupled up with 4172 at AC 44C6L. What a nice roll by. He almost made a little bit of breeze for us. And like I said, as you can see, we have just a beautiful. Yeah, when I moved that can, there was a big lizard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it scared me. First I thought it was a rat.
All you saw was tail.
All I saw was tail and fast movement.
Here, Mike, let me show you what I'm going to do with this picture. So you know how I was talking about the motion blurs and stuff last night? So look. See how the school bus is blurred? Makes it look, like it's moving, of course. So that's what I'm going to do if we get a train coming this way. I'm going to have the train in this part of the frame look like it's moving, and the building, of course, is.
Just put it right there on the side by the hose. Yeah. Otherwise, you got
Right.
what I would call a distraction.
Yes.
Jesse's setting up some cool shots, you guys. Don't forget, speaking about cool shots, Best of the Rail show every Sunday night at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, send in your submissions. Anything rail fan related, train related, depot related, anything that you saw that was cool this week. Favorite locomotive, depot, this old country store that Jesse's taking pictures right across from the Locust Grove depot. If you've been to a great Railfan spot, share it with everybody. Kind of like when we have those from Marion, Ohio. Man, what a place to catch a train. And right here, what a place to catch a train. Keck speakers, we got it all. Anybody have any questions at all? Anything that I can tell you about where we are? I can tell you a little bit about what I know here about Locust Grove. First of all, as we said earlier, we are in Henry County. Locust Grove happens to be the fastest growing city in the southern part of Henry County. And Locust Grove is about 35 miles southeast of downtown Atlanta. Centered near I-75 at exit 212, Bill Gardner Parkway. And you have a blend of historic nostalgic old stores and what have you, combined with new. Just a beautifully manicured, flowers everywhere town, all the way along the railroad track here. They have it all kept up. This main road drives this railroad track all the way down to Joliet. So you get the historic downtown along with a major highway, lots of sidewalks, lots of free parking, and plenty of retail to bring the wife or girlfriend while you do some train stuff. And where we are, and as you saw, we did in the beginning a little shot of it, is this incredibly dedicated train watching platform, which, like I said, this just makes it a worthwhile trip. If you like trains, or you just want to take someplace for the kids that are safe, you've got railing all the way around so they can't get to the tracks. If the pet was to get loose, there's a railing again, a picket fence all the way along the track, so nothing could go wrong. And we are on the Atlanta North District South, we're on the Atlanta South District, so used to being on the other end of this thing. Speaker system here. There's even a Tanger outlet here in Locust Grove. Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary is here. It's known as a great local attraction. And like I said, we're here in downtown, the downtown portion of Locust Grove, Locust Grove, where businesses are combined with the, as always, the preservation activity of the historic downtown. Imagine back when this had to have been the spot as the railroad made this a famous stop, probably a very, very active stop as well. You're convenient to Atlanta or Macon, either way. But it is just one of those places, if you like to Railfan, that you have to visit. It's so clean, well kept. You can, like I said, as we said earlier, picnic tables, benches, just awesome. No other way to put it. Just awesome. Like y'all, just awesome. Wonder what the population of Locust Grove is. Let's find out. Well, according to the 2020 census, the population of Locust Grove is 8,947 folks. That's the most recent one that I can find. So 10,000 great people happen to live here, and we are visitors today. Across from this, what do you think that was, an old country general store?
That makes sense to me.
Old country general store with old wiring and everything across from us. Here we are midday, lots of traffic, but just a nice, quiet city. Hello, Ken. For those of you just jumping on, here's a little bit of a view from the front of the platform. Since the sun's kind of gone overhead, we can get a little closer out to the railing. And we were talking about, like I said, if you bring the family or the pet should have to get loose from the leash all across the front. You can see there's a safety fence separating you from the railroad property. There's production 6. And that is looking north towards the 187 defect detector that y'all heard. And here's the old general store that we were talking about. Who knows? The old steam train made it come through here and they stopped and got them a moon pie and an RC. This is looking south towards our direction of travel today, where there is a barbecue sandwich and homemade coleslaw on the menu.
A moon pie and an RC cola sounds nice. There might be.
Hey Ken, the cool thing about this show is after we're done, it goes into the Trackside library. You can send it to 17 of your best friends and 23 people that you hardly know. Or you can zip back and look at something that you missed. Or after we're all done, goes into the Trackside Live library. And speaking of that, for those of you that watch this in the future, put Locust Grove on your railfanning stops. For those of you who live up north, you all headed down to Florida, stop by here just south of Atlanta, take a little break with the family, get you some pizza. They make it fresh right there. If you order a slice, it's the size of an individual one-person pizza plus. Like I said, lots of history in this town. Then do your little rail fanning and then on to the next spot. If you want to go the scenic route to Macon, stop by Juliet, where they film fried green tomatoes. And then go on down to Macon. Get off that traveled path of the freeways and breathe and have some family time. Enjoy the trip together rather than being in a hurry. There goes the Heidelberg Materials cement truck. Well, hello, Leanne. Leanne, it is a beautiful day in Locust Grove, Georgia. Now, I'm not going to kid you. It's hot. But I tell you what, you got to build one of these there at Evansville. Check this out, Leanne. I'll tell you what, I'm going to carry y'all over here. William and Leanne are going to make one of these for us. Tell you what, we're going to kind of go right over here. First of all, we're going to look at the inside part of this. You'll see Jesse doing some editing and what have you for Whistleboard Productions. But check this out. Is this just not like the family pavilion? We got lights. We've got 5 great big speakers so we don't miss anything. Beautifully manicured lawns, flowers, free parking, food. And this thing's huge. There's the fan from Production 6 that we carry. There's a view looking to the north towards Atlanta. Here goes a scooter. And then I'm going to move you to this side so you get a little bit of an idea. Here's looking down the front of the platform. Got great big benches. What a view. Like I said, it's all mowed, trim, no weeds, nothing. Oh, absolutely, Leanne. You need one of these. I mean, this thing is built. I bet you this thing could withstand a hurricane coming through here. I mean, this is massively, incredibly, beautifully built. Great place for a wedding venue. Have everybody up here and get married as the train goes by, giving you all a horn salute. You and the preacher up here on the front. It's almost a natural arch. Made for a wedding. There's production 6. As we look to the north, I'm going to move you back here into the center. Y'all hang on. There. Sorry for the little tremors. Matter of fact, Leanne, you and William should make this another one of your field trips. Come on down and have a little Mexican food here. You can talk William into that. Take some pictures, see if we got the Christmas lights on it. So something for a future project. For the old Dixie Depot. I'm going to talk to our travel coordinator here. He's deep in thought. This is what deep in thought looks like, in case y'all were wondering. And so that y'all don't get feedback, there. Let's see if I can get a couple things right today. Mic on, mic off, mic not turned on, mic turned off. Ay, ay, ay. It's tough when you only have 4 hours of sleep and you got to do this. But we got to watch the Popo in action today. Had some poor guy in cuffs out there in the middle of the road. All right, it is, I don't know what, 2:10?
Yeah.
It's 2:10 Eastern Standard Time here in Locust Grove. Todd, I hope you can hear me because I don't have anything over here to see if you can hear. But let's assume I did it right. I think we're going to give this unless Jesse, well, I know Jesse wants to catch one more because he's got this cool plan to take a picture of. So the goal is we're going to catch one more and then we're going to make our way south 26 miles to Juliet, Georgia. And when I tell you it's a 1 block long wide spot in the middle of nowhere, that's exactly what it is. But if you go to Fried Green Tomatoes, you'll see, that's a movie, you'll see exactly where we're going to make our way to. And Jesse's going to get excited because the road that we travel stays this close almost the entire way down. So we're going to hang out for one more, and then we're going to pack it and head south, catch up some barbecue, and this place has homemade slaw. Ooh, take a bath in it, it's so good.
So something interesting that I was looking at, you know how we see the coal trains that come through Dalton and Chattanooga? They actually terminate like 5 miles south of Juliet is where they terminate, because there's the power plants right down there. So we'll get to see the end of the line for the coal trains that we see in Chattanooga all the time.
Where all the pumpkins go.
Yep. And I tried to check the Austel camera as to where our pumpkins for today are. And I have yet to find them. Because the thing is we won't see the pumpkins in Cordele. But if they come and we're in Juliet, we'll see pumpkins.
Y'all make sure you get a beauty nap in today because we're going to be up late again. And on our current schedule, we may be a tad later than we planned.
It's okay.
Actually, we have no schedule. We are where we are, and that way we're not late for anything.
Yeah, I reminded them of that whenever we first started.
So y'all sit back, relax. I'm going to throw you back to the track just so you can enjoy this incredible view. Overhead speakers, so won't be any surprise. You'll hear our next one coming right at us. And then I'm going to edit the picture for this thumbnail while we're waiting on that next train. And then we'll be ready to do the bale by bale thing. I'll tell you what, here's an idea, Leanne. We're going to look at this old building for a moment. And y'all can just kind of think back, who knows, horse and buggy days maybe, how long ago that building was built. Even the porch is a little saggy. But there is a building with character. And next, where Jesse has set up his cameras over here for his next shot, of combining historical setting with modern day train. Oh, look at the double dumper.
Oh wow, that's cool.
There's such thing as a double dipper, and there's such thing as a double dumper.
Okay. Well, this is a cool stat.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 195.1, no defects. Repeat, no defects.
So the last train that we saw, that intermodal, he was in Cordele at 7:54, and we saw him at 1:33. So that's how long it takes him to get from Cordele
5 hours.
here, 5 hours.
That's 100 miles. It's 96 miles
Yeah.
to Cordele from here.
All right, so since our next train is northbound, I'm going to reposition for this shot since I'm having to work with a northbound train. So here, just in case anybody's curious, I'll spin around and you can, let's see, we have the, is this the zoom or not? Is this the zoom lens?
It's this. No, it's not the big one, but you can zoom it on the left front, or you can just touch that. Just touch it where you want it, and then expand it. You can expand it smaller if you want.
How do you make it like, if I want to see the, I don't know how to work the camera.
This button on the side, up and down.
Okay.
This button right here, closer or further,
Okay.
and then once you get it as close as you want, if you do that, it magnifies it more.
I got you.
And next becomes your picture.
I got you.
And then if you just want to do like that, or if you just want the whole thing. So do you want the picture on the old house?
Well, I was gonna talk to them while I adjusted for this shot if they wanted to watch. So what I kind of want to do is I'm gonna center my camera where the building is on the left-hand side of the shot. So if you've ever done anything with photography, you've heard of they call it the rule of thirds. And they call it the rule of thirds because you divide your picture into 3 pieces. So I'm gonna get the video camera ready because he's not that far away. All right. Video camera is ready. Now let's get this camera ready. All right. So we've kind of got, and I'll show you guys this whenever it's all done. But the goal that we want here is we want to show motion. Pictures, if the whole entire image is clear, you have frozen that very small moment of time. So everything is clear, it looks like everything is sitting still. However, if you do this motion blur, it's kind of like if I'm looking at this building, okay, and I stay looking right at the building, I don't look at the train as it passes. My eyes don't follow the train. My eyes are going to stay fixed on the general store. So whenever that happens, the train being in the foreground of your vision is going to be blurry because it's not what your eyes are focusing on. So that's kind of what we're doing with the camera lens here. We're making it natural what it would look like to the eye if we stay looking at the building. And this is as high up as we can go. We might be able to get but not much. Because I'm trying to get as much of the fence out of the shot. So let's pop this off here. I think we'll keep it right at 35 millimeters. Zoom. Here he is. Too late.
This train's at 30 miles per hour.
Well, you win some and you lose some, and that was a lose some. Pro tip.
You what?
I was telling them what not to do. Don't have the camera where you're looking at the live view of the screen, because when you hit the shutter, it is not going to take the picture when you think it's going to. So we got a great shot of the engine, but no building.
All right, everybody, we are going to do a 10-minute countdown. 2:38 will be our departure time here from Locust Grove, just in case there's something close by. And then we're going to make our way on down to Juliet, Georgia, where it's going to be hot. With a capital H.
So, just so everybody knows what we're not missing, that was the last northbound out of Cordele until current. So, it is going to be a hot minute before the northbound comes. As far as southbound stuff goes, let's roll back Austell one more time. But I believe now is the perfect time to relocate.
Train 4, our lead locomotive, 4437 at AC 44C6M, coupled up with 7623 and ES 44DC, live from here in Locust Grove, headed northbound towards Atlanta. We are on that 10-minute countdown, 9 minutes to go. Anybody have any questions, do not wait. Ask now as we continue our journey through the Southeast, continuing, you guessed it, south. Can't get nothing past you guys today.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, I just read that he was there. Oh. Well, I didn't read that that was together.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it said it was going south, so I was hoping we might see it later, but you just pretty much killed that dream.
Unfortunately.
Jesse's got the cam up from Austell, and a couple cool kids are riding through there. The tag of the PC, Penn Central, are lashed together on the same train, headed up to you guys back up in Chattanooga way. It's great to have everybody on. Don, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. So I'm going to give you one last look back at this incredible spot where we have arrived at. Y'all sit tight. I'm going to move you out here towards the parking lot. We're going to look back. Field trip. We ain't staying out here long because it's hot. Sorry there for the wiggles and the jiggles. All right, everybody. Downtown historic Locust Grove. The Atlanta South District. And there is what I would call a bird's eye view for you of the Locust Grove Railfan viewing platform here in, you're right, downtown Locust Grove. There's Jesse, Whistleboard Productions, navigator and trip coordinator of our excursion through the South today and tomorrow and Sunday. And there is your view across the front of this platform. We're going to take you back under the shade. I'm going to ask Jesse if that was anything special that they just said on the radio. And if not, we're going to be off to spot number 2 today. Juliet, Georgia. Did I miss anything exciting?
They were talking to somebody about reverse. I don't know. They did tell 24A to stop at Stockbridge, which is just up the way from us. But the part about reverse was kind of garbled, so I didn't fully understand what that was saying.
Well, after last night, we know one way to get another train. Turn this camera
Turn the
off.
camera off.
As soon as we turned it off last night, we had 3 trains in about 20-25 minutes.
Yep.
All right, everybody. From Jesse and I, Jesse with Whistleboard Productions, co-hosting today, I'm Mike, and high atop the Cumberland Plateau, back up in Tennessee, Todd and Patches. Good to see everyone. And we will see you all at the next crossing in Juliet, Georgia, after we find the barbecue place I've been telling Jesse about. Thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. See y'all at the next crossing.